All right, welcome to the next session. So in this section, we are going to create a variable called job satisfaction. So from our previously where we stopped, you can see we are trying to measure job satisfaction of teachers, and we have the gender, we have school type, we have qualification, and then there are 10 questions that we asked to these teachers on job satisfaction. All right, that's GS1 to GS10. And then we have 10 responses from, right? 10 responses from 10 teachers. So we're going to create a variable called job satisfaction. Now, when we create it, it's going to appear just beside the 10th question on job satisfaction. So creating a variable will require us adding up the responses from the first question to the 10th question. All right, so we're going to add up the response for question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to get a variable just beside the last question. And that variable is going to be called job satisfaction. Now to do that, the first step, we are going to click on transform. Click on transform, click on complete variable. You can see that we have gender, we have school type, we have qualification. Now the rest of the variables here are 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So those are the 10 questions on job satisfaction. So we go over here, click on this empty box, numeric expression, double click on the first question. You see, we have job satisfaction 1. Click on you can see your calculator here. Click on your plus, double click on the next question, click on your plus, double click on the next question, click on your plus, double click on the next question, plus, double click, 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 plus, and finally double click. All right, so we are trying to add up all the responses for job satisfaction for the 10 teachers. Now you can see I'm to go over here and click on my OK button, but notice that the OK and the paste button do not have this blue indicator here. So that means there's something that is missing that we are yet to do. And that is to create the variable. Now you're going to name your variable here under this box for target variable. Now the variable we're trying to create is job satisfaction. Now notice that if I type job satisfaction and I click on the OK and the paste comes up. But if I click on OK, it's telling me that the variable name contains an illegal character. Now what we need to do is we have to join this up. All right, the target variable works like the naming when you want to name under variable view. You either join it up, all right, and then click on OK for it to respond, or you find a way to. For me, I like to use an underscore key. So for the underscore, you click on Shift and minus, all right, so that it will look like it's actually separated. Now, if I click on my OK, it will provide the variable job satisfaction directly beside the 10th question. And let's do that. Now you see that it has provided it has done the calculation. And this is what you're going to see to know that that task has been carried out. You see, it's saying compute has added it up. Job satisfaction is equal to GS1 plus GS2 plus GS3 plus GS4 plus GS5 plus GS6 plus GS7 plus GS8 plus GS9 plus GS10. And then it has been able to execute it. So we can just close this up, right? So no. Now you can see we have our new variable job satisfaction. But looking at, so this is general job satisfaction. Now, when we go back to our questionnaire, let's highlight which of the questions are for intrinsic and which of the questions are for extrinsic. Now, for the questions on intrinsic, I'm going to color it red. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 10. So I come over here. I want to highlight this red 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 10 are for intrinsic job satisfaction. Okay, so I will have to add GS1, GS2, GS4, GS9, and GS10, and then we create a variable called intrinsic job satisfaction. Now we go back to this. So click on transform, compute. We are going to reset. Now remember, the first is I am generally satisfied. So that is what we want to have here, and that is what we have here. 1. Now the next is the work I do is interesting. That is this. We add. The next is I have opportunities for career growth. That is this. We click on plus. The next is my contributions and efforts are recognized. It does this, and we click. And finally, we have the fifth one. I feel secure about my job and future in the organization. So this is the last one. And then we're going to call that intrinsic job satisfaction. Now I click on OK. It's going to create the next variable just beside job satisfaction. So we can see you move this further, you can see that we have a new variable which is called intrinsic job satisfaction. And then finally, we're going to create another variable called extrinsic job satisfaction. And for intrinsic, we have question number 3, question number 5, question number 6, 7, and 8. The first one is I am satisfied with my salary and benefits. So we go back to all right, let me just divide the screen into 2, just as I did previously, so that it will be easy to see what is going on. So I'm going to minimize this, move this over here. All right, so the first question there is, I am satisfied. So I go to analyze, I go to transform, compute, variable. I have to reset now. So the next question I have here is, I am satisfied with my salary. I click on my plus sign. Click on my plus sign. Next question is, my supervisor provides. Double click and click on my plus sign. Next question is, I have good working relationship. Click on my plus sign. And next one is, the physical work environment and resources I need are adequate to do my job well. And this is the next one. And then finally, the last one is, my workload is reasonable and manageable. So double click on that. And then I'm going to create the variable extrinsic job satisfaction. And then I click on OK. So we've been able to create 3 variables, all right? We've been able to create 3 variables. So if I can still go back here and do my correction, I think I use the capital letter and the small letter in the wrong format. All right, so this is how we create our new variable. So we have the variable job satisfaction, we have the overall job satisfaction here, we have the intrinsic job satisfaction, and then we have the extrinsic job satisfaction. So this applies to any other kind of variables that we're trying to create. So thank you, and see you in the next session.